Start streaming. My guy. Mute this guy. Okay. Cool. Switch things around like that. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Something like that. Mic check. Mic check. Is there a mic check? Mic check. Mic check. Oh, it's a freaking delay here. Okay. Mic check. So it sounds okay. Let's go. This here. What's wrong with this thing? Actually, it needs to be higher, I think. Yeah, looks like this needs to be a little higher, I think. Something like that. There we go. Here. Then here. Candy, what's up, girl? There's like a delay here. What's going on, Candy? What up, girl? Waiting for some more people to join in. So yeah. All right, what's going on? Let's see if I can move this over here. If anyone is in the chat, anyone watching, just can you let me know if I'm coming in clear, audio, visual, all that kind of good stuff. Let's see here. Go. Hey, what's going on, y'all? What is going on? Doing a little gear prep session. I am also on YouTube Live in case anyone is on there. But I decided to do Instagram Live too, so just waiting for some more people to come in. But yeah, prepping for a shoot. This we have one on Thursday, one on Friday. But this one is for Thursday shoot. So I got a haircut, man. Sometimes you gotta trim a little. You know what I'm saying, Peter? Sometimes you gotta trim a little, man. So. You know, it's getting cold. It's cold here, dude. It's like so cold for Southern California, but it helps out. So, let's see. I'm gonna wait like maybe like 2-3 more minutes before I start prepping some gear. But I got my tripod out right now. This is a Benro. What is this? A Benro KH25N. It's like it's a pretty sturdy tripod, but you know, nothing like fantastic. So. But it does have, I will say it's pretty stable. It holds up like, I think it holds up to like about like 12 pounds, something like that. So, not too bad. But, so I can get some more people joining. Again, if you have any questions on like what I'm actually prepping, like gear-wise or equipment or like what I'm filming, send me, or yeah, just leave a little comment and I will reply instantly. Crazy, like I have this crazy setup on YouTube and like everyone's on Instagram, but you know, it is what it is. What up, yo? What up, y'all? All right, cool. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. So yeah, I'm prepping for a shoot on Thursday. I'll do this camera instead because more people are on my Instagram. But pretty much it'll be like it's like instructional videos. So 2 camera shoot. One camera is just gonna be locked off on a wide. And the other camera is going to be kind of like floating around on a tighter lens, getting some shots of like the person with their hands, like their eyes and stuff like that. Again, tripod, Benro tripod, nothing fancy, just gets the job done. Let me do this. Just show you the whole thing. So again, nothing fancy, you know. Has legs. It's a mid-level spreader, so not as like good as like a ground level spreader. We can get lower angle shots, but anyways, let's go ahead and get going. What do I need? I need plate. Need a plate. If anyone wondering, this is like the small rig VCT plate. I've had this for 4 years, and it like broke on me last year. One of the screws, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like one of the screws came loose. So I only have one screw that like has the quick release thing, but it still kind of works. So just put this here. What's going on? Anyone doing anything fun this week? Any cool stuff? Any good fun shoots? Let's see here. And then quick release plate. Small rig, as always. This one actually is still holding up pretty good. Lots of a couple of dings and stuff like that, but you know, still pretty good. The shoulder pad I actually don't like. It's pretty, I don't know, not the best quality, but the rest of it's pretty good. So that, let's see, anyone else use the small rig one, or what do you have, like Tilta or Zukudo? Anyone else with the like a VCT shoulder system? Let's see. Got some people join in. Right. Let's see. So again, you know, just doing a little gear prep here. We got the VCT plate for the tripod, the VCT shoulder pad for the Sony FS7. Bring this over here more. There we go. Cool. And then we'll just get the FS7 on. Boom. Lock this in. Let's see. All right. Let's see what else we can do here. So we got the FS7. This will be the B cam for the shoot that I'm doing on Thursday. So this will be more on a tighter lens. Like I'm thinking an 85, maybe a 50. Kind of just depends on like spacing in the location that we're filming in. But I'm thinking probably an 85 instead on this guy. Yeah. Let's see. We'll go. We'll go speed booster and the lens. So let's get that going. Okay. Metabone speed booster, just to get a little bit more full frame action. And then this one is like the locking mount too, in case anyone's wondering. I like that one. It's a little bit slower when it comes to like doing lens changes, but it's more like tight and secure. Okay, and then as far as the lens goes, SLR Magic 85mm APO. Really awesome lens. It's a T2.1, so it's fast enough for a lot of the work that I do. I find that like anything faster than a T2.1, unless you have like an AC or a focus puller, it's actually just too hard to manage focus at like a 1.3 or like a 1.5, depending on when you're shooting. But you know, for the most part, like you're pretty good with a T2.1. Okay, cool. So put some of this stuff back. Let's see there. All right, and then let's see. Monitor. I usually probably put the monitor next. As far as battery goes, because y'all know what the FS7, or maybe you don't know. I don't know. But FS7 has an internal battery. I don't even know what the hell. I think BPU. The BPU series, so 30, 60, and 90. I have two BPU 60s. So I typically, I'm probably going to use that instead. And I have the V-mount adapter. I can show you really quick. Or the V-mount. Tony, my boy, let's go. So, you know, the V-mount, you can easily like just put that on here, and then you have a V-mount solution. But for this one, I probably don't need it, so I use the regular BPU batteries. Let's see here. Now these ones aren't even like the Sony brand; they're just like knockoff. What is this? K-Star, a K-Star, something like that. So, yeah, and don't always need to use like the official stuff, because I think the Sony ones are pretty expensive. So, let's see. Yeah, I hear you, man. I mean, actually, I bought this FS7 used. This is the Mark 1, not even the Mark 2. I bought this used. It came with a couple of things too. Came with batteries, came with the XQD card, the reader. It came with a busted viewfinder, which I don't use it. It came with the what the hell is the thing called? The remote grip. So I mean, basically like a ready to shoot package. I bought it for like 3,200, I think, something like that. So I had a lot of hours on it, like 600 or 700 some hours on it, which is normal for something like an FS7, you know. So you know, there is like that kind of budget. Yeah, man, you know, the gear does matter at the end of the day. It depends on what you shoot, but you know, gear does matter at the end of the day. So I don't really think anyone's on my YouTube. Let's see here. If anyone is on YouTube, go ahead and chime in. Just doing a little gear prep here. Let's see here. I'll get the monitor set up next. Maybe lower this guy a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we'll bring it here for you guys. All right, monitor. Let's go. Let's go. Probably don't need a top panel, but I'll just put the monitor on for now. Okay. Monitor going in. Angel, what's up, man? What's going on? All right. So just doing a little gear prep action. We got the Sony FS7. We got the Metabone Speed Booster SLR Magic 85mm APO. Got a battery in. And I'm going to put a monitor on, small HD. So the other camera I'll be using will be my Sony a7 III, which I'm using to film the YouTube portion on right now. Sorry for the bad angle for you guys. That one I'm going to have, what I'm going to have, small HD focus on that one. So it'll be me and a director. That's it as far as the crew goes. So I'm gonna have the director kind of overseeing the wide angle camera, which will be the Sony a7 III. That'll be on an autofocus lens, so it should be good. And he can just view the feed from the small HD focus itself. And then I'm gonna be on this guy with the my 702 bright. Let's go in here. I'll do it this way, that way you guys can see kind of like what the angle is. Yeah, what are you using that for? What type of projects? Yeah, so the project is like it's an instructional video series. So it'll be one or two people. One is like the instructor, and then they have like a volunteer person to kind of demonstrate like the things that they're going to be focusing on for this series. And let's see. Hope that answers your question. SLR Magic, wooden camera, CVT plate. Yeah. Wooden camera makes some solid products, man, you know? I think build quality is like, the small rig stuff is really good for the price. But if you're comparing like build quality, I think wooden camera and like Tota, I think their stuff is just a little bit more like secure, you know? Let's see. I see a cobra. I hope not. I don't want no cobras up in here, man. Not like that freaking video, that video I sent, dude. Those puppies. Okay, so then, yeah, so the Small HD, the 702, in case anyone has never used it, again, it has everything you need. You know, you have SDI in, HDMI in, SDI out, HDMI out. So, you know, pretty standard for the stuff that I use, especially for like wireless systems. But I like to operate with SDI cables, so I get SDI cables. And again, if you guys have any questions or anything, or any like thoughts on gear that you use for your shoots, or that you're looking to invest in, you know, leave a comment, man. Leave a comment. What is a knuckle you have on? Oh yeah, this is a small rig one. It's like a mini magic arm. It's actually pretty good. I would say that it's very, very sturdy. And it connects via quarter 20. I have quarter 20 screws. 501 and 702 get really hot. Notice, yeah, I have. So the 702 gets really hot. So there is that, and it doesn't matter like what battery you have on it. Like I've had Canon batteries on here. I've had Sony batteries on here, and the heat sinks, which you guys can probably see here. The heat sinks are here, right? So this is meant to like absorb the heat, so that way the screen doesn't get damaged over time. So it is doing its job, but it gets really hot. Let me plug this in really quick. Let's see here. We got something on YouTube. Here, pleasing the YouTube algorithm, Angel. I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah, I mean, you're the only one I think on the YouTube. Everyone else is on Instagram, so. Or maybe both, who knows? Who knows? FS, let's see. Yeah, so it's a small rig knuckle. Let me go back. Yeah, small rig magic arm, basically. I can't output to 4K via SDI on the FS7. I've only outputted to, let's see, I don't think I've outputted to a 4K display. Most of my stuff is 1080. I think I've only outputted to 1080. I don't know if the FS7 can output to 4K over its HDMI or over its SDI. Yeah, I'm actually not too sure about that. Port keys with the drop their new BM3 with a red control option. Yep. Yeah, I think they're competing with like the new red, or not the new red, the Focus Pro that has like red, the red software connectivity for it. So, you know, that's actually pretty cool too. That way you don't have to go through like getting like the actual red, because red monitors are expensive. Like even the 4.7-inch monitor is like $1,200, I think, just for like that monitor itself. I want to start doing video commercials, fashion videos, and maybe sports. What budget camera would you recommend? Like as an entry level, fashion videos, maybe sports. I would honestly say like probably go with one. Honestly, probably go with either. If you need autofocus, go with like one of the Sony cameras. Go with an A7 III. Go with an A7S III if you have an extra little budget. If you don't need autofocus, I would honestly probably go like S1H. Grab an S1H or a GH5S would probably be my go-tos if you don't need autofocus. Surprised you don't have an Atomos or an Odyssey. No, because I don't really need the Atomos for I don't have the extension back, so I don't really need like a Shogun for RAW or for ProRes RAW. Odyssey, I really don't need that either. I really just need like an on camera monitor, so I can view exposure and my framing, and then something with SDI out, so I can output out to Video Village. So that way the director can see exactly what the camera is seeing. That's all I really need it for. Anthony, my guy, what's up? So can you output 1080? Can you record in 4K? Yeah. So you can record in 4K, no problem. I think when you're trying to output to a 4K monitor, it's like if you're actually trying to view like here. So like say I have my small HD focus here. Obviously this is only 1080p, but say this is like a 4K monitor. You could record 4K on the camera and then output a 1080p signal, right? If this is like a 4K monitor, I don't know if you can actually output a 4K signal. So obviously 4K will look better on a 4K display. But yeah, you can record 4K 24p, 4K 60p, and it'll output to a 1080 monitor perfectly fine. Let's see here. What's the biggest difference you've seen with the SLR Magic lenses compared to other lenses? Cinema lenses. Okay. The biggest difference I would say is honestly the SLR Magic lenses are really good. Like when you're talking about image quality, you're talking about like bokeh quality, you're talking about the depth of field, right? Because certain lenses can be like really flat. Like the Rokinos are pretty flat, and the Sigmas are fairly flat too. And what I mean by flat is like if you look at like me, like obviously it's my phone, right? But if you look at like me, it's like the background. Typically, like the Rokinons, the Sigmas, it'll be like my face, and then it'll be like the background, and it's just pretty flat. Whereas other lenses, like the Cooke lenses, like the Cooke S4s, it'll be me, and then the background will be like way back, even on like a 24 mil, like a 20 mil, because of like the way the lenses can create the separation. So the SLR Magics do have that kind of like similar separation. But other than that, like I think these lenses are really good for indie filmmakers. They're good for your own personal stuff. Like if you have to bring your own equipment onto set, they're great for that. But it depends on where you live. Like in LA, I haven't had, I shouldn't say never, but I haven't had a lot of people ask me for these lenses specifically. You know, like a lot of people in LA are looking for Zeiss Super Speeds. They're looking for Rehouse Leica R lenses, Rehouse Canon FD lenses, the Sigma Cine lenses. So I mean, they all compete, you know, but it just like no one knows SLR Magic. So if they don't know them, they don't want to rent them. So I hope that answers your question. All right, so we got the lens, we got the monitor. Let's see what else. We'll put rails and a follow focus on because you can pull focus with these ones just because it's a 150 degree rotation throw. So not a lot, but I don't like having my hand on the lens because then it's more things I need to actually like, stabilize. I will be on the tripod though, but again, I would rather just have a little focus remote here instead, which I'm going to put on right now. We'll get some rails on. Let's see, rails. Yeah, rails are kind of like an interesting thing too because different companies make rails, but I mean, honestly, I haven't really seen the difference between rails unless it's like the 19 millimeter studio rails or like these like standard 15 millimeter rails. But I have small rig ones just because they work. Okay, so we got those guys on. And then yeah, and then for this shoot too, we're gonna be shooting in 1080 because the editor, the editor decided that they don't, or the editor and the director decided that they don't really need like anything more than 1080p. So 1080p, the great thing about the FS7 is it shoots in all-I in 422, so you know they'll have plenty to work with when it comes to that. All right, cool, that's locked in. And then let's see, pull this focus back here. And then what else do I have? Yeah, so as far as the follow focus unit I will be using is the PD Movie Live Air. I've had this guy for like maybe 2 years about 2 years now. Yeah, and they have like newer versions of it. They have like the Live 2, I think, and maybe a newer version of that. I have like the original one, so it's good enough. Like this thing will pull focus on a lens like this. In case anyone's wondering. Get this on. These batteries are pretty small too. So this battery is for the motor. These will probably last like a good 6-7 hours. The remote, on the other hand, will not last that long, unfortunately. So let me put this on really quick. Put this on. Okay, and then we'll just test it out, make sure that going. Okay, it should be good enough. And then, hey, what's up, man? Sorry, I forgot. I got YouTube and I got Instagram going on. What's going on? Doing a little gear prep. Got the FS7 here. So something I always do, I normally put on too, is also like a side grip. I have a small rig side grip that I put on here through the 1/4-20s. I'm probably not going to put that on just because I don't need it. But again, this is the follow focus remote. So this guy only lasts maybe like 5 hours at the most. So, you know, if you need it for more than 5 hours, probably isn't the best thing to use. Let's see. Yeah, the original FS7. Yeah, man, this is the Mark 1. Mark 1's thing's got like maybe 900 hours on it now. I don't know. it's up there though. Let's see. So the Nucleus Nanos. Question on Instagram. So the Nucleus Nanos are out of the window now. Yeah, I mean, well, the Nucleus Nanos are actually they're pretty solid from what I've seen. They are a little, I don't know if they're expensive, but you know, they are what they are. I think like $600 gets you the basic, like one motor and then one of the controllers, I think. So let me get this guy going. Goodness, we rocked the FS7 too for football games, and the image is so nice. Yeah, man. I think the FS7 Mark II also has the, what is it? The variable ND, right? Because this thing has just hard stop NDs, but I think the Mark II they put like the variable NDs in there, which is actually kind of handy, man. So let me see. Okay. All right. So let's see. Get the follow focus set up. So this is the weird thing is like PD Movie says that once you set it up the first time on any lens, it should like remember its like settings, but that doesn't happen to me, so I have to like recalibrate this thing each time I use it. Let's see, is the thing? Yeah, okay, it's working now. And there's also like zero lag too, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm turning it right now, and you can see the motor is turning as well. Let me get the other angle too, so people can see here. Yeah, so. I mean, this thing works pretty well, you know, for like the price. Oh, well, actually, what the happened? This thing is Bluetooth though, so as you can see, like I lost my connection. Where is it? Yeah, it's blinking right now, but now I've reconnected it. So, who the hell knows, man? Yeah, variable ND is the money. Sony needs to start putting it into their alpha cameras. Yeah, I think if Sony actually found a way to like to do that, I don't know how they would do it, but if they found a way to do it, they would make a shitload of money, man. they would make a lot of money. I think they would take the competition pretty, pretty good with that. I know like other companies like Canon have like a, what is it, like the little RF to E, or the little like the little RF mount adapter thing with like the built-in ND on it. But the thing with like those built-in NDs is it only goes, it doesn't have a clear setting. It starts at like one stop or half a stop, and then that's it. Whereas a camera like the FS7, like you can clear the ND completely. So yeah. Okay, so we got lens, focus unit is pretty good, and there's no give either too, which is what I like too. I haven't had a need for a lens support for this guy, which is nice. And for some reason I lost my connection again. That's really weird. I don't know why I keep losing my connection to this thing. See, there you go, right? Like this is why you gear prep, because sometimes gear doesn't work. So you gotta prep the gear, make sure the shit works. I mean, I'm just losing the connection for some reason. So I don't know if it's like Bluetooth with other stuff in my room or something, but that's kind of weird. Okay, so it is working now, which is good. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, please feel free, or any thoughts. Sony got another new camera out, so there is that. But the FS7, I think so far for Thursday is good. Yeah, again, I might use the 50 mil, so I'll show you the 50 mil really quick. Okay, cool. So we got 50 millimeter, again, SLR Magic APO. So show you guys here, this guy, T2.1 across the board. Like all the APOs are 50 millimeters. Or no, I'm not 50 millimeters, T2.1 across the board. Always do prep work, man. Yep, always do prep work. So again, this camera will be getting like a closer shot for the instructor who's going to be doing her thing with the volunteer. So I will have again my A7 III on the wide, getting our master wide, and this one we'll be picking off shots. With the whole COVID thing too, we might need to like spread out more, which is why I plan on using the 85 instead. But if the 85 is like too close, which it might be even with the speed booster, I might switch to the 50 mil. So there is that. Audio, yeah, we'll be running 2-way audio, so we'll have a boom mic overhead, and then I will have the Rode Wireless Go. It's not the best thing in the world, but it works. For something. This is more like a lower budget shoot. But the Rode Wireless Go will work. So how I have it set up is, if you can see on the FS7 here, I have these little like cold shoe adapters on both sides. So usually what I do is I have the receiver on one side, and then for other shoots where I need a wireless transmitter, like wireless video, I will have that wireless transmitter on the other side. So that's how I kind of rig it up with the small rig top plate here. I bet the 85 looks nice. Yeah, man, I'll send you a some frame grabs that I got from a shoot recently that I did. I used the 85. It's nice, man. The thing with these SLR Magic lenses too, like the whole line, the 85, the 50, the 25, is the bokeh is not like the bokeh is actually more like the cat eye bokeh. Some people like that, some people don't. I think it's different. So it has that cat eye bokeh, which it's different. So let's see here. All right, yeah, and then let's see. Nothing else. This is pretty much it. This is pretty much the setup for Thursday for the FS7. Lighting wise, it's actually gonna rain, so that kind of sucks. I don't know what I'm actually gonna bring. I know I'm gonna bring my Forza 500 with some diffusion. A shitload of neg, like an 8x8 of neg, probably only gonna bring one C-stand. I was originally gonna bring three, but then they said the location is on the third floor, and I gotta, haul a bunch of gear in the rain covered. So I'm like, maybe I'll leave the C-stands at home and just use like heavy duty stands. See, the nicest thing about those SLR Magic lenses that it seems like they have a fairly consistent look between the different focal lengths. Yeah, I will say that too. On the APOs, the APOs, these lenses, they match across the entire board. The smaller micro primes, like the E mount micro primes or the micro 4/3, the Fuji X mount ones, those ones can vary a little bit depending on like the focal length. I think if anything, like they all have the same level of contrast, but what I've noticed with the smaller micro primes is they do flare differently, and some of them have a little bit different color. I will say with the APOs, like my 85 and the 50 are sort of neutral color. The 50 is a lot warmer, and then my 25 mil for whatever reason is like really green. And then even with the E mount versions I had of the 25 millimeter, it was also green. So I don't know if it was like the same batch of glass that was going out or that they used had green in it or something like that. But I have noticed that. So let's see. Yeah, again, this guy will be on sticks. Both cameras will be on sticks the entire time. So let's see. There's that, and then yeah, it should be fairly simple shoot. Like we're not going to be doing like any like lighting changes or location moves. Same location. Literally just shoot one video, next one. So we got that going on. Let's see. What else do I have on this guy that I would need? I talk about audio. Audio's gonna be good. Battery, I have two of the BPU 60s, so we'll be good with battery life there. Batteries for the monitor, I have a ton of those. Yeah, this is pretty much the rig. So this is like standard rig, I would say, for my FS7, especially for a shoot like we're gonna be doing where it's mostly I just need two cameras on sticks. Anything different for this would probably be like if we're going handheld, I would not have this on. I would have my top handle, which let me do that right now. Might as well, right? I have a little fun with it. So we'll take this guy off. Most of the time I do use my my 702, regardless. But I'll have it rigged a little bit differently. So top handle. And then no filtration, I think, for this shoot. I'll probably just make it clean. So no glimmer glass or no black sand, anything like that. Just keep it consistent. All right. So is this thing loose? No. Okay. Yeah. So pretty much like for if we're going handheld, I would see that's interesting. What sticks do you use? Yeah, I mean nothing fancy. These are. Let me see if I can show you. Let's see, this is it's just a Benro tripod. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so it's a Benro tripod. It's a KH25N. But I am looking at getting a Sackler tripod system. Their new Ace tripod system looks pretty good. So yeah, so top handle, I would have a little frog bean carabiner top on here to attach my easy rig. That's how I like to shoot handheld. But the great thing about the FS7 is like, say if you don't need a lot of weight on it, but you want to go handheld, you can. Like if you put a zoom lens on here or whatever lens you have on here, battery and a monitor and a lens, like you're good to go. The FS7 is that light where you could run around with it all day, But then once you start putting on like, the V mount attachment, you put a V mount battery on it, and then you decide to put on a heavier lens and follow focusing it, and shoulder pad. Then it gets heavy where you would need something like an easy rig to keep you going all day if you were shooting handheld. All right. Let's see, is my follow focus still connected? Yes, it is. Let's test it out. Still works. All right, cool. And then we get the monitor on. Let's see. Okay. All right, looks pretty good. All right, cool. Yeah, so this would look more something like what I would use for like handheld work right here. Would just be the ability of the top panel and then the easy rig if I needed it. Let's see here. I had a buddy who used Sackler. It's a great system. Yeah, Sackler. My friend has a Miller tripod system, and that thing is rock solid as well too. The Sacklers look. I mean, I've seen them before too in action. They look really solid, and pretty good price point as well too. So, yeah, top panel is just a small rig top panel as well. Nothing fancy. Just a NATO top handle. And this thing, the most I've had on here is like 17 pounds, I want to say. Yeah, with like this lens, the 50mm APO lens, shoulder pad system, rods, follow focus unit, 702, V-mount adapter plate, V-mount on the back, and that's about 17 pounds, and then the easy rig with that. Tons of things to learn about all the mounting processes and so on. Yeah, man, you know, like the whole it's interesting, you know, like being able to mount things as in different ways, you know. Like I think that's one of the favorite things about like gear prep is you know, you can configure your camera in so many different ways, from handheld to gimbal, and then tripod, and then like a car mount system, and then maybe you're flying out on a drone or something like that. And you know, to be able to go from one step to the other is pretty fun in and of itself. So yeah, this is the setup. Any guys got any more questions or thoughts? New stuff coming out. What's the new Sony camera? The Sony A1 or something like that. I think that's what they called it. Okay, we'll get the SDI cable on here. Let's see. Yeah, and then maybe I can turn this on and show you guys. We'll get some battery on here. Let's see. Battery wise for the small HD, I just use the Sony MPF batteries. These guys here. Autofocus, do something. Come on, autofocus. There we go. Yeah. So I just use these for the small HD. I also have Canon L series batteries that I use, or not L series, the LP series. So, okay, FS7 is on. Small HD is on. Let me see. Yeah, the Sony A1 looks well. Yeah, it's like a 50 megapixel sensor. 8K. It's like nuts, dude. Speaking of that, I don't even know how you would film a football game or anything like that with like that kind of footage, man. That's insane. Okay, so let's see if I can get this back at a different angle on it. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to compose for two different screens here. Sorry, YouTube guys. Sorry, Instagram guys. But yeah, let's see if I can pull focus here on what am I looking at? Looking at speaker system here. So there we go. Not bad, not bad. Okay, cool. So this is working out pretty good. Looks, yeah, 8K would be so well for sports, complete overkill. Yeah, I know, man. That's crazy. Do you know what they use in the NFL? Because I forgot. I was watching. Actually, I forgot I was watching, but I remember I saw like it looked like an A7 on a gimbal or something like that. Kind of when I caught the A7S III when I did, because I may have saved it for the A1. That's crazy, dude. That could be crazy, man. Yeah, we're all noobs at one point, though. You know, we all start off like like not knowing anything. So you know, you just start off with what you got, and then you build from there. So cool. So this is pretty much the setup right here. Yeah, they've been rocking the A7 III for live productions. Yeah, it sounds about right. Okay. Yeah, 'cause I saw like I don't know if it was in the if it was in the shot, it might have been, but I was like, that looks like a Ronin and A7 III or something. So that was interesting. Okay. This here. All right, cool. Let's see. All right, I mean that's pretty much it, guys. This is my FS7 builds, at least for this the coming shoot that we have on. Actually, what is wrong with this thing now? This thing's acting really weird. I might have to not use the focus, the follow focus, because it's acting kind of weird. If not, the good thing about this is it's easy to just like disconnect, and then you know I can just pull by hand. But I know this thing's acting kind of weird, but yeah. All right. If you guys have any other like questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram, or you know shoot me a comment on the YouTube video, and I'll answer to you guys. But yeah, this is it. So you know, hopefully when there's like something more cool happening, like easy rig handheld stuff with like some anamorphic lenses, I'll make sure to do a YouTube live on that. But I mean, this is pretty much like run of the mill, like you know, the average production, you know, that like I think 99% of us do all the time, you know, talking head, interview, tripod, sticks, stuff like that. So yeah. All right, I'll end this YouTube live, and again, thanks to everyone who tuned in for it. Again, shoot me and DM if you guys any more questions or thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next live. Okay. See ya.